everyone, welcome to OC News. Coming up, it's going to cost more for natural gas. We'll tell you how much.
And how one simple app can make your search for events at Cal State Fullerton a whole lot easier. And a group of moms in Irvine came together to dance burlesque. This and more on OC News.
Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Cynthia Laliker.
And I'm Jason Bolaños. OC News is brought to you by the Cal State Fullerton Broadcast Journalism students. Cal State Fullerton is a big school. We now have more than 36,000 students, and many of those students commute to campus, leaving little time to enjoy campus life in between classes. But if you're eager to get more involved in campus activities, there's a new app that makes it easier than ever before. OC reporter Yahaira Perez tells us more about the Amuse Me app.
Cal State Fullerton is such a large campus that a student may feel disconnected. But now through the Amuse Me app, the Titans across campus can feel connected. The Amuse Me app differs from the iFullerton app in a way that it's on a more personal level. It connects you to school events or activities. The Amuse Me app helps you create events for yourself, for businesses and school organizations. You can also check in with your friends. You can download this app for free on your Android and or Apple devices. Remember, Titans, stay connected.
Gas prices in California have gone up in the past few days, and some of the LA and Orange County areas have already passed the $4 mark, and many experts say that the rate of gas will continue to rise going into spring.
Cal State Fullerton is ranked as one of the top commuter schools in the CSUF system, with 94% of its students living off campus, which means many students will be spending a lot more money on gas to get to school each day.
According to CNN, Hawaii is currently paying the most for gas. Other states with the highest gas prices include New York, California, Connecticut, and Alaska.
Costs to go to college keep going up every year, and many students and their parents struggle to pay for school, especially if they do not qualify for financial aid.
But according to CNN reporter Allison Kozak, not enough students are applying for the Pell Grant.
Millions of Americans are leaving money on the table. 2 million students could have gotten some college money from the government, but they didn't even apply for it. We're talking about the Pell Grant. It's worth about $5,600 for this school year. Not everyone gets that maximum amount, but of the 2 million people who missed out, more than 1 million would have gotten the full $5,600. That's enough to cover about 30% of college costs at a public in-state school. So why are people leaving so much money on the table? Many don't think they qualify, so they don't bother applying. Issue is, the Pell Grant goes predominantly to lower income Americans, but income is only one factor in the equation. The government also considers the cost of college, whether or not the family has more than one child in college, and if the student is full-time or part-time. Another issue, many people don't apply because they don't want to take on more debt. But the Pell Grant is just that. A grant. It's not a loan. It doesn't need to be paid back. So go ahead, fill out the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA as it's known. The worst the government can tell you is no. I'm Allison Cossack in New York.
It's often hard to keep up with hobbies or sign up for teams or classes as you grow older. Let's find out how these vintage dancers right here in Orange County have continued with their steps of passion. Brittany Payton has the story.
Leather stole the shows on all the runways. Cobalt blue is filling china cabinets and closets and everything in between. But even dances start to become trendy. We went to Irvine and met the Atomic Cherry Bombs, a popular group of burlesque dancers who will have you shaking your tail feathers.
What we are is a vintage chorus girls group. We do dances anywhere from the 20s to the 1960s. Most of our dances center around the 1930s, especially now that there's been the Great Gatsby movie has come out and there's been a resurgence of love for the 1920s and 1930s style. Often we will have people meet early or stay late to work on things or have extra rehearsals when we have a gig coming up, but it's worth it. It is completely and utterly worth it.
It is a lot of work to be an atomic cherry bomb. However, you can do it too. If you want to become one of these dancers, look at all this hard work they're doing. But it could be you. You just have to learn all the dance moves to All I Do Is Dream of You. And you can show up here on their practice nights and become an amazing burlesque dancer too.
There was 2 weeks. The first week you learned a small routine to the song All I Do Is Dream of You, song from called Singing in the Rain. And the next week we auditioned it in little groups. I'm learning how to be more graceful. I have 2 bad ankles and 1 bad knee, and I hobble from foot to foot. So I'm trying to learn how to be graceful and be sexy. Normally I feel like a dork, and I'm a fitness instructor, so I'm in sweatpants and baggy clothes all the time, so this allows me to feel pretty and sexy and confident.
Take a look. You'll notice that the Atomic Cherry Bombs are not a group of complete professional dancers. They're a group of girls that want to get together, enjoy each other's company, maybe try something new, and especially, most importantly, have fun doing it.
I feel like it's a women's empowerment thing. It's an outlet for women to be creative and get physically fit and work on their own dancing, whether they're some of these ladies have been dancing their whole life and some only started recently. And once you can no longer take ballet classes, or you're not performing with a ballet troupe anymore or a jazz troupe, or it's another outlet, it's another place to go with your dancing.
The Atomic Cherry Bombs have become a national award-winning team and are always accepting new members. Go to their website at atomiccherrybombs.com for more information.
Looking for something fun and new to do around Orange County? Sylvia Pareda has the details on events happening in the OC.
Thank you, Cynthia. Bill Nye the Science Guy is the keynote speaker taking place on March 20th at Cal State Fullerton's Explorations in Citizen Science Symposium, presented by the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics Interclub Council. An evening with Bill Nye is open to the public with a purchase ticket. The event has already sold out its first wave of ticket distribution, but more tickets will be soon available. Tickets are free for students, faculty, and staff, and $25 per ticket for the public. For more information, you can call the Titan Student Union at 657-278-2468. If you're in the mood for some outdoor shopping and want to get a jump start on some spring shopping, then the Orange County Marketplace is where you want to go this weekend. Every Saturday and Sunday, America's most unique swap meet invites shoppers to the marketplace to do some thrifty shopping and spend the day enjoying good food and music. The marketplace welcomes guests from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the OC Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa. On Sunday, the OC Marketplace will be hosting their 8th annual St. Patrick's Day and Green Friendly Festival celebrations from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. with performances by world-class Irish dancers, a hot trash fashion show, and many eco-friendly displays. Green ice cream bars will be sold to support the Earth's Resource Foundation. Gourmet food trucks will also be celebrating with their Irish food menu green food specialties. Admission is $2 free for kids 12 and under, or you can visit them at the ocmarketplace.com for a free admission coupon with the donation of your old pair of glasses to the Lions Club. If you haven't checked your Twitter lately, then you probably missed the happiest place on earth announcement in a tweet that included a photo of 140 characters forming a hashtag inviting guests to its 24-hour-long event to both the Disneyland and California Adventure Parks on Memorial Day from 6 a.m. on May 23rd to 6 a.m. May 24th. Guests are welcome to dress up as a favorite Disney hero or villain for their special event's good versus evil theme. The event is known to draw large crowds and major traffic in previous all-night events, so you better carpool. If you're anxiously awaiting for Captain America to hit theaters April 4th, good news is that you don't have to wait that long to meet him in person. Yes, Disneyland's Adventure exhibit is now open and invites you to meet the first Avenger himself, located at Disneyland's Tomorrowland's Innovations. Fans will get to meet up close and get all 5 shields used in battle by Captain America, as well as Steve Rogers' military suit. Early theatrical posters for the movie will also be on display, and just like the Thor exhibit, the Captain America exhibit will entertain guests along the way until they reach the final destination to the meet and greet with Captain America himself. Red Bull Switchboard is inviting 700 college students to participate in an epic Southern California action sports-driven day, surfing in the morning and snowboarding in the afternoon. On Saturday, March 29th, students from Orange County, San Diego, and LA County, along with yet-to-be-announced professional snowboarders and professional surfers, will begin the day surfing at Huntington Beach and La Jolla Shores. Then they will take a 2-hour journey up to Bear Mountain for an afternoon on the slopes. For more information on the event and how you fellow Titans can register and get your tickets, you can visit redbull.com/switchboard. And that's all the OC events I have for you today. Back to you guys.
Ever wonder what else you can do with your Oreo cookies besides dipping them in milk? Find out after this break how Oreos are being used in the world of technology.
Pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr. Lobster? From last Tuesday? Banana. 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 Here comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? That's right.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Watching our phones for the time? Find out how technology is constantly at work for us and how Oreos are being put to use in technology. Yahaira Perez has the latest.
With daylight savings time this past Sunday, many are left to wonder where time goes. Well, could you imagine losing track of time every 30 days? We have technology to keep us up to date and time. But what happens if satellites go down? Barbara Starr from CNN has the story.
Question, and the Pentagon is looking for the answer. This high-tech lab of lasers and mirrors measures the movement of atoms. 429 trillion atomic vibrations add up to just 1 second.
That vibration is sort of the smallest unit of time that we can actually measure.
Their goal is to make the most precise clock in the world. Currently, the source for precision time is GPS satellites, which contain atomic clocks used to synchronize clocks on the ground. But the Pentagon worries the satellites could be jammed, so they want an even more accurate alternative. Your wristwatch loses a second every 30 days. Clocks on GPS satellites lose a second every 30,000 years. This program is aimed at building a clock that wouldn't lose a second for 1 billion years.
I don't care what your watches say. Mine says they should have gone 3 minutes ago, so send them.
Synchronizing time has always been vital for soldiers, but now it's more important than ever.
You've got all of these high-speed aircraft, you have precision-guided munitions, you have cameras and sensors and radars that are all operating simultaneously. You have to actually do that synchronization much more precisely.
So, if GPS goes down, troops will face new dangers.
If you were to lose a couple of billionths of a second, your positioning starts to get off by about a meter. You lose a few more billionths of a second, and now you're starting to get off by several meters.
And your life won't be so smooth either. GPS time is in everything from power grids to your cell phone to the ATM you use to get cash. Without precision time, that ATM would eventually stop. If we can tell time more precisely, you still may be late for work, but now you'll know exactly how late you are. Barbara Starr, CNN, the Pentagon.
Keeping track of time never seemed more complicated, but with the evolving world of technology, there are some things less complicated, like printing your food from a machine. The 21st annual South by Southwest Festival is underway in Austin, Texas. The festival has become the place to preview the technology of tomorrow. This machine is giving a whole new meaning to cookie cutting. It's called the Oreo Trending Vending Machine, powered by Twitter. The machine allows South by Southwest attendees to create a custom Oreo cookie based on trending social conversations. Users choose from 12 flavors and colors of cream. Using 3D technology, the machine assembles the unique Oreo in less than 2 minutes. It's a step up in giving the customer what they want.
One day you'll be able to 3D print a lot of things. Everything from chocolate to candy, and so that's already being done right now. But again, I think it's not so much just about the technology, although it's breakthrough. It's really about how do you begin to understand what consumers want and deliver those kind of customized experiences.
That is all in technology. I will leave you with that to satisfy your sweet tooth. This is Yahira Perez. Back to you guys.
A recent UC Irvine study lists Orange County as Southern California's leading economic provider. The report says the county has the greatest job growth, which has also contributed to a 9% boost in local consumer spending in the last 2 years. The Irvine Spectrum is the latest Orange County mall taking notice of the trend by expanding its venues. Jen Moynihan has the story.
The Irvine Spectrum is getting an upgrade. It's the third Orange County shopping center to expand this year, adding several new restaurants and shops. The Irvine Company hopes the expansion will increase the mall's appeal as an entertainment destination.
You know, part of it is because restaurants have become such an instrumental part of, shopping centers, but the biggest part is what's the one thing you can't do online? Can't dine. So it really does create an experience that you can't get anywhere else, that people continue to come back for more and more. And once you add that in with retail, it just makes a great environment that people want to spend time in, from shopping to then you can dine at unique one-of-a-kind dining locations. So, it just made a natural evolution for that center.
The restaurant additions offer more choices, including high-end grill restaurants like Brio and Del Frisco's, as well as casual alternatives like Healthy Life Kitchen and a Vietnamese Phao Saigon Pearl.
As you can see behind me, the construction is already well underway. There are 4 venues being built right over here next to Barnes & Noble and 2 additional ones that are going in across the way by Nordstrom.
As for retail, Sports Authority and other smaller shops add diversity.
It's definitely going to bring more people, I think, which is good for small business owners. So, definitely a lot more foot traffic.
But in order to make room for the venues, around 300 parking spaces have been removed.
Could be a little bit worse, being honest. I've been coming to Spectrum ever since I was in, I want to say middle school, so parking structure was always full.
However, the Spectrum is offering shuttles like this one as part of the solution. They'll be transporting customers to the center from parking that's further away. As for the construction, Orange County residents can expect it to be finished as soon as fall 2014. From Irvine, I'm Jen Moynihan reporting.
Hollywood is a fast-paced world with breaking news left and right. So how do you keep up with your favorite celebrities? Find out the latest in entertainment with Jennifer Aceves.
Hello everyone. Tonight we get the scoop on Kim and Kanye's wedding details, and a Justin Bieber fan makes herself very much at home. Dave Stewart has these stories and more in CNN's Hollywood Minute.
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have set a wedding date. Us Weekly reports the two are set to tie the knot on May 24th in Paris. In an interview with Ryan Seacrest, Kim says the wedding will be super small and super intimate. Neil Patrick Harris and his fiancé David Burke have left the West Coast for good. He made the announcement on Twitter. Neil and David now call New York home. They say they made the move because it was in the best interest of their 2 children. And one of Justin Bieber's Twitter followers got a little too comfortable at the singer's Atlanta home. Police say she showed up at the house when no one was home, went through an unlocked door, and then went to sleep in one of the beds. When confronted, she said she was one of Bieber's friends and was there for his birthday party. That's when police were called. The woman was arrested and charged with criminal trespass. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Dave Stewart.
Miley Cyrus kissed a girl, but did she like it? Cyrus and Katy Perry had a Twitter feud this week after Perry told an Australian morning show that she pulled away from a kiss with Cyrus. Cyrus went in for a kiss as Perry sat in the front row of one of her concerts last month. Perry claimed that she pulled away from the kiss and said that Miley's tongue was infamous and didn't know where it had been. Cyrus then tweeted about Perry's rumored ex-boyfriend John Mayer. The feud was subsided with a few exchanged virtual expressions. The duo may be looking at a future resolution kiss. Lindsay Lohan makes her way to TV home screens once again, but this time not in a courtroom. The actress is set to appear on the April 14th episode of CBS's Two Broke Girls. Lohan will play Claire, a bride-to-be who hires the show's two main characters to make her wedding cake. It's said to be a chaotic episode with character Claire as she struggles to make decisions. You can also plan to see Lohan as the subject of a new documentary series on the OWN network. That is all for tonight for entertainment news. Back to you, ladies.
After the break, find out how new tests can possibly detect Alzheimer's disease before one is diagnosed.
With the latest news in health, here's Yorlin Guido.
New Alzheimer's disease tests may defect the current test. CNN's Carl Seuss has the story.
It is estimated that as many as 5 million Americans may have Alzheimer's disease. The Alzheimer's Foundation of America also predicts that number will rise over the next decade because people are living longer. As of now, there is no cure. Now, researchers led by a team from Georgetown Medical Center have developed a blood test that they say can predict with greater than 90% accuracy if a healthy person will develop Alzheimer's disease within 3 years. If confirmed, the study, which appears in next month's issue of Nature Medicine, is the first to unveil a blood-based test for diagnosing Alzheimer's in its earlier stages. Not only would people be able to know if they will develop the illness, the test could be used to design new treatments for the disease.
The test enables the identification of the high-risk people. You could then do the research to ask, do we now have a new therapy that could arise, that could delay symptom onset?
The test identifies 10 lipids or fats in the blood that could predict disease onset. It could be ready for use in clinical trials in a few years. For today's Health Minute, I'm Carl Azus.
Death rates for all major causes of death are higher for African Americans. Some organizations came together to do something about it. Here is Crystal Rees with more.
Students, clergy, and health professionals learn about preventative care, early detection, and other diseases that affect the African American community. The second annual Act Now conference was hosted in the TSU by the Green Foundation with Cal State Fullerton this past weekend to promote education and awareness.
How can we learn about practices that are beneficial to African American health?
Dr. Leslie Heinzman Matthews emphasizes that education is key in preventative care. Taking care of your mental health and participating in clinical trials are also ways to better help yourself and your community. Cancer resources were provided by the Susan G. Komen Foundation and Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Representatives for Covered California were there to answer any questions. Ernesta Wright, the executive director of the Green Foundation, tells us why she got involved.
There wasn't a lot of information targeting African Americans of how devastating different types of diseases, and particularly the different cancers.
It's ultimately about saving lives.
Those interested in learning how to make an impact in the African American community can visit thegreenfoundation.net. Students can also visit the Student Health and Counseling Center for more information. Reporting for OC News, this is Crystal Ruiz.
That is all we have for today's health news. Back to you, girls. Everyone has history. And today, 300 years ago today, the first English daily newspaper, the Daily Courant, was first published in 1702.
And 164 years ago, the first female medical school was opened, the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania. Philadelphia is known for the nation's first hospital and first medical school, which is why it's referred to as the City of Medicine.
And on March 11th, 1892, Springfield, Massachusetts held the very first public basketball game.
I am Cynthia Laliker. That's going to be all for us today. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And I'm Jasmine Bolaños. Have a nice evening, everyone. Thank you.